Okay, so this paper, we are doing it in parts, and this is the second part that I'm doing. Part one is already there. You can find it. So on this one, we are starting with this question. So we can read, at a certain secondary school, all the learners in grade 12 take at least one of the following optional subjects: French, home economics, and geography. 20 learners take French only. Okay? 20 learners take French only. Now, at this point, okay, because of that, it's very important that we even begin, because one question that we're being asked to do here is to draw a Venn diagram. So let me try to come up with one so that we can start from there. That is very important. Okay. Take note. Okay. So this is French only. So I'm going to take this. This is French. This is HE, which is home economics. And then G, we have geography. Okay. So now this French 20, French only. So these are supposed to be here because of the word only. All right. Take note of that. Then 25. Home economics only, 25. Home economics only, because of that word. Then 22, take geography only, 22. Take geography only. Furthermore, 9 learners take French and geography. Now, when you look at this statement here, it does not have a word only at the end. So it's like we're looking at the entire intersection set of French and geography must constitute 9. So the best that we can do here, we can read ahead of a question. We have 4 here. This 4 is for all the 3 subjects. So when I start with this 4 here, because always that's where we are supposed to start from, then I can come back here and look at 15. 15 is for what? 15 learners take geography and the home economics. Take note of that. So meaning this part here for home economics and geography should add up to 15. Now we already have 4. So 11 is going to be here. Okay. Look at the other part here. These do not have only. So we have to work out in that manner. Then we come to 12. 12 is French and home economics. French and home economics. That is 12. So from 12, we're going to put 8 here. 4 is already here. The last one is 9. 9, take French and geography. So 5 is what we're going to put here. Okay. So this is what we are going to have. This is the Venn diagram. I hope I've answered that question for the Venn diagram. We can look at it and debate. Sometimes it's very possible that we make errors as we solve these questions. So please feel free to make corrections. Then the first question here now. So we were answering this question. Illustrate this information in a Venn diagram. Done. How many grade 12 learners are at this school? So we need to add all these, like all of them. So let's add. Okay. So we have 20 plus 25 plus 22. Okay, then plus 4 here, plus 5, plus 11, plus 8. Okay, what are we going to get? This is going to give us 95. I'm getting 95. I don't know about you. 95 is what I'm getting. All right. Then We have this question now, B. We are looking at how many learners take home economics and geography. Home economics and geography. Remember, we have this question here. Home economics and geography, where is it? 15 take home economics and geography. So these 15, they take home economics and geography. Now, this question says, but not French. So, but not French, it means we need to get rid of the intersection of all the three here. Okay, so we'll remove 4 from this one. So, which is this part here, 11. 11 is what is going to be our answer to this question. The last one is, how many take 2 optional subjects only? 2 optional subjects only. Okay, so the 2 optional subjects only are 8 plus 11 plus 5. Okay, these ones here. So when we add these, what do we get? We are going to get 24. 24 is our answer here. Okay, unless otherwise, at this point, we are supposed to go to the next question. And the next question is, the second and the 5th term of a geometric progression are 16 and 2 respectively. Okay, so the second term of a GP, what is the second term of a GP? All right, what is the second term of a GP here? We are given that the second term of a GP is, now take note first of all, the formula, okay, the formula that we use to find the nth term of a GP is this one. This is the formula that we use to calculate the nth term of a GP, okay? A is the first term, R is the common ratio, N is the nth term. Okay, so in this case, they have told us that the second term, so we are going to say A, R, then here where there is N, we have been told that the second term, so I'm going to put 2 minus 1. What is the second term? The second term is 16. So I'll go further and say R, A, R. When you say 2 minus 1, this is going to give you 1 here, which is equal to 16. You can further write it just like this. This is what we're going to get. So we take this as our equation 1, all right? Then you go further and do the same for the second one. We say A, now we want the 5th term, okay? So the 5th term, we're going to say 5 minus 1 is equals to 2. So this gives us A to the power, AR to the power 4 is equals to 2. So this becomes our second equation, okay? So now we have to work out for A and R simultaneously. So what we're going to do, we'll divide the second equation by the first one. So what I mean is that we're going to say A, R to the power 4 is equal to 2, divided by the first equation, which is AR, and then here we have 16. A and AR, then here what we have, this will be R to the power 3. This side, we ought to simplify this one, so it will be 1 over 8. All right? Now, when we do this, we go further to say R is equals to, we need to find the cube root of 1 over 8, the cube root, this one. And you know that the cube root is equal to 1 over 2. So the value of R, is equals to 1 over 2. Okay. So now what we are going to do to find the value of A, because the common ratio is R. The first term is A. We are going to say the first one. This was our first equation, isn't it? So now where there is R here, I'm going to put 1 over 2 is equals to 16. Okay? So you know that to remain with the A along this side, we need to get the reciprocal of 1 over 2, which is 2 over 1. So this is as good as A is equals to 32. So we are supposed to know that here our first term, which is A, is equals to 32. Okay? I hope you get that one. So the rest of these things now, we can get rid of them and proceed with other questions. We have found what we wanted to use. We need to have A, we need to have R, and those two, we found them, isn't it? So I'm just trying to create space so that we don't have any challenge here. Okay, so I think I have created enough space. So now, the next question is we have to find what's this? We have to find the 12th term. The 12th term, we are using the same formula, which is equals to A n minus 1. So we want to find the 12th term. Our first term is 32, okay, multiplied by this, we can convert it into 0.5. Then here we're going to put what? 11. Where is the 11 coming from? 12 minus 1. 0.5 is just the same as what? It's the same as 0.5 is just the same as 1 over 2. So let's work that one out. We are going to say 32 divided by 0.5 to the power 11. Okay? So if you're going to write it as a fraction, to be 1 over 64. If you write it as a decimal number, it will be 0.015625. Okay? That is what we are going to write. So then I take you to another question here, which is the sum of the first. So you know the formula, isn't it? We have the formulas there. You can check the formulas. R to the power n over, this is the formula that we're going to use if R is less than 1. So I'm going to say A is 32. I'm doing the substitution. Then 1 minus R is 0.5. 0.5 to the power 10 divided by 1 minus 0.5, which is our R. Okay, so now we can go to the next step here and say 32. I want just to, then I would write this part here. Okay, 0.5 to the power 10. Then when you subtract down here, what do you get? 0.5. Now, so what I want to do now, just to make the work easier for you, is to divide this 32, you divide it by 0.5. When you divide 32 by 0.5, what do you get? To give you 64. So you have 64 multiplied by 1 minus, sorry, this is supposed to be 0.5. 0.5 to the power 10. And you close. So then you work out that on your calculator and see what you're going to get. let's see if we're going to get the same thing. 1 minus to the power, and we close. Okay, so we are going to get 9. No, not 9. We are not going to get 9. We'll get 6 point. Okay, we're going to get 63.9375. So this is what you're going to get. But if you want to round off this to 3 significant figures, it will be like they always advise. It will be 63.9. That is what is going to be your answer, isn't it? Then we have one more question here that I can easily do for you. This is one of the simplest questions. Express 5 over 1 minus x minus 3 over 2 minus x as a single fraction in its what? Lowest terms. So if we get this is 1 minus x. We do the same thing, x minus 2. Then we divide now. This we take this as the lowest common what? We take this as the lowest common we took this as the lowest common multiple now. Okay. So then here we say this is the lowest common multiple. So the lowest common multiple, this one, we divide it by this one. Okay, when we divide it by this one, what are we going to get? We'll remain with this. So it will be now 5 multiplied by x minus 2, then minus 3. When we are dividing this lowest common multiple with this one, x minus 2, it will cancel with this one. So we'll remain with 1 minus x. So we work out what is on top here. To get rid of the brackets, we're going to have 5x minus 10 minus 3 plus 3x over 1 minus x, then x minus 2. Then we look at the common terms here. So 5x is common to this one, plus 3x. So we can say 5x plus 3x. This is going to give us what? 8x. Then here we have these. These are common also, and they are both negative. So we're going to have minus 13 over 1 minus x. Then here we also have x minus 2. This is what is going to be our final answer here. All right. I think we can end here. We are going to continue with the other questions in the next part. So this was our part 2. We are going to have possibly part 3 where we're going to solve most of the remaining questions. I have to go now. Most of you have been calling me wanting these questions, but I don't have enough time to do everything at once like we used to do in the past. Okay, so please bear with me. Thank you very much for your support. Continue.